the San Francisco 49ers are going to be the first team to start a backup quarterback because of Brock Purdy's injuries. George Kittle already out on short-term injured reserve. What's going on there, and how quickly can everyone get back, do you think? Ayuk included, Tom?
Well, first of all, the 49ers have been in this spot before. It's not every year, but there are certainly too many years where the 49ers were a week or two in the season and they've got one or more calamities that they're having to deal with from a health perspective, a roster perspective, or everything else. I mean, they lose their quarterback for somewhere, it's going to be multiple weeks. Doesn't sound like Brock Purdy goes on injured reserve, but you're talking about turf toe or a turf toe-like injury, which is where, and you can see the play where it happens, his foot gets way overextended where it's supposed to actually bend with that big toe. That can damage ligaments and tendons and all sorts of things. And so it's going to be a matter of how quickly can he get past the pain portion and get back to functionality. They'll go week to week on this thing. We're not going to see him on Sunday against the Saints. Doesn't sound like we'll see him next week either, but they're hoping sooner than later he's able to get back out there. So you've got Mac Jones now filling in a quarterback. You lose your starting tight end, George Kittle, for 4 games. They hope it's only 4. Part of the reason they IR him is because that 4th game falls on a Thursday night. So they've got 4 games in like a 23-day span. It just makes sense. Give him the time to rest. But also, Juwan Jennings got banged up. We already know Brandon Ayuk is not out there. He's going to be back sometime October, November, but it's still going to be a bit for him. And then, you had to cut your kicker who you've stood by through thick and thin for 2 seasons plus 1 game. Here we are all of a sudden, and they're making a kicker change as well. That's a lot on the plate of Kyle Shanahan, who unfortunately is used to dealing with these things. We'll see exactly how they handle it as they go into a toughened environment, but in a really winnable game against the Saints.
And then we're always in our world of media and talking about it, Tom, looking for a spot where a quarterback could be the first to be benched due to inefficiency or their performance. And a lot of folks looking at New Jersey on that front in Dallas with the Giants and Russell Wilson. What's your tea leaf reading there with Jackson Dart being just 1 snap away from getting into the game right now, Tom?
I would say the Giants coaching staff knows, and this goes all the way to the front office. This goes to ownership. I mean, this is an organizational decision, but they've got one move that they can make this season. The one move that they can make to potentially change how things are going is to bench Russell Wilson and put in Jackson Dart. And you want to be careful about how you approach that, making sure that you're setting Jackson Dart up for success. And when you looked at the Giants schedule going into this season, you'd say this was pretty difficult out of the gate, so put the veteran quarterback in there. I mean, you never want to be on a list with a stat like the Giants are the first team to not score a touchdown in their opener 3 years in a row since the Lions in the 1940s. That's bad company to be in. And for whatever reason, from just an offensive competency perspective, they have been perpetual slow starters going all the way back to Brian Daboll's first year when, they kind of had some things together. They won a ton of 1-score games. They went into the playoffs and even won a game. I don't get the sense that this is imminent. I know that Brian Daboll kind of was non-specific after the game. It sounds like that was more the frustration of how that game went and just wanting to make sure they went back and reviewed the tape. We all know this. Every time that the offense stumbles, anytime Russell Wilson doesn't play well, the heat's only going to rise in New York. And so Jackson Dart is there. It's hard to say for certain exactly how close to ready they feel he is. He looked really good in the preseason. But Russell Wilson in the first string offense looked pretty good in the preseason too, and they couldn't move the ball at all against the Commanders here. If they keep losing games, there's no question we could see Jackson Dart sooner than later. But I don't get the sense that this is hey, if we come out, we have a bad quarter on Sunday, we're going to throw the rookie in there against Dallas.
Hey, you made it all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Check us out every single day streaming live on Disney Plus and the ESPN app 12 to 3 Eastern.